Guys, today I'm going to be talking about my February favorites. This is going to include some makeup, some skincare, and then just kind of some random stuff. So starting off with makeup, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector, and it looks like this. I have it in the shade Light Medium. There's actually only 2 shades of this, so I would recommend if you're thinking about it to try it on in a store just to make sure it will color match you all right. But it's just a kind of pinky toned under eye concealer, and it just does an amazing job of helping you look so much more awake. I've got a 3-month-old, so there's a lot of times where I'm really tired and I notice my dark circles were getting kind of bad, so this has helped me so much and I absolutely love it. So the next thing is kind of something I've been in love with since last summer, and that is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This is the absolute best mascara I've used. I think I said that in the haul that I put up, that this is probably the best mascara I've ever used, drugstore or high-end. It's just awesome. You know, it's really easy to remove. That's probably my favorite thing about it. And when I'm in the shower, I can literally just kind of take my fingers, go like this, and it all just comes off in those like fiber tubes. And it's just really nice. It doesn't put any sort of stress on my eyelashes at all. Next is the e.l.f. High Lift Brow Pencil. It looks like this, and I use the shade Deep Brown. This is just a pretty basic eyebrow pencil. I actually had never really filled in my eyebrows before getting this. I recently got my eyebrows waxed and trimmed and found that I needed to start filling them in, and I decided to get this. It was $2. Absolutely love it. I'm actually going to film a more in-depth review on that, so keep your eyes out for that because I completely recommend this. The next product is also by e.l.f. and I really have enjoyed this. This is the e.l.f. Bronzer Palette, and I was actually looking for the contour palette based on the review by Emily Noel, but my Target didn't have the contour palette. They did have the bronzer palette though, and I thought that the shades looked fine, so I decided to go for that, and I'm really glad I did. There's 4 shades in here. There's like a really, really light contour, a more shimmery shade, a more matte, little bit darker of a bronzer, and then there's this one over here that I haven't really used yet. But I've used the other 3 shades quite a bit, and I really like it. I'm wearing 2 of the shades, the top 2 ones today, just with really light contour and almost using this more like a blush than a bronzer, and I actually really like the effect that it gives. Alright, and then the last thing for makeup is a total oldie but a goodie. It is my tried and true Urban Decay Naked Palette. I forgot how much I love this thing. I recently got a really big like MAC palette that I love, and I'll talk about and show eventually, but I just was like going through this. I love it so much. I've had this thing since 2011, and you can barely tell. I mean, this is like the only eyeshadow I really used, and I've still barely made dents in it. And today I've just got the shade Half Baked, that golden shade right in there, just in my inner corner, just to bring in some light into my eyes and kind of add some more of that like bronze into my face look today. But I absolutely love this. I think if you don't have it, it is completely worth the investment. When I bought this, it was $48. I think it's now about $54, but these shades are just beautiful. The quality is just amazing. I'm sure a lot of you already know that, but I mean, I agree with it. Now moving on to skincare, I've got 2 things for skincare. The first is my Mario Badescu Aloe Moisturizer, and this is meant to be like a day moisturizer. I use it day and sometimes night, just depending. If my skin doesn't feel super dry, then I'll use this both day and night. If it is more dry, I'll use my night cream. But I really like this. It is meant for combination oily sensitive skin. Nice thing about Mario Badescu products, they mark out what skin type it's supposed to be for, so it makes it really easy when you're picking out products. But I just like this for the winter months because it's a little bit heavier. Even though I do have combo oily skin, it adds a nice amount of moisture that I just find that I need during the winter time. And then the other skincare product I have is the Clinique Acne Solution Spot Healing Gel. Unfortunately, I've been having a lot of breakouts recently, but this stuff is just really great at kind of minimizing it and helping them to go away faster. And another thing I really like about this is it's a gel that's completely clear. So you can put it on before bed, and you can also put it on before applying makeup, which is nice because a lot of acne which is nice because a lot of acne spot treatments, I notice they go on white or they go on really obvious to where it's great for at night, but during the day, I mean, you can't have that on. So it's nice that you can use this for both. Last beauty item I have is a body spray, and this was a limited edition. I'm so sad about that. Limited edition body spray by Bath & Body Works called Dreamy Vanilla Woods. Bath & Body Works, please bring this fragrance back. This is the best smelling vanilla fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. I mean, we're talking out of any sort of vanilla scent ever, you know, high-end drugstore perfume body spray. This is the best. I wish that I would have known how amazing this smelled and that I would have realized that was a limited edition fragrance. I probably would have bought 10 bottles of this, no joke. I've had this for over probably like a year and a half, and I try not to spray it too much because I'm afraid of running out of it. But this month I've just been spraying it a lot because it is that good. It's amazing. I'm gonna just, I have to. It smells so good. Yeah, it's just like a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet, but not too sweet. It's just the perfect vanilla fragrance. The last two things I have are not beauty related at all. One is like life related. It's actually one of my Valentine's gifts from my husband, and it was so thoughtful of him. My husband is terrible at surprises, but he completely surprised me with this on Valentine's Day. I had no idea, you know, there's a couple things I was like, oh, he probably got me this or that, and I was excited about that, of course, but when he gave me these, I was just completely shocked and loved them. He went ahead and made this, and he made a couple of these, but this is just one of them. This is a picture of us that he transferred onto a piece of like wood. So it wasn't perfect. Like you can see his face is a little bit scratched off, and you know, there's part of my like dress is missing, his pants are missing, but I just think that it just looks rustic, so it's totally fine. And I just, oh, it was just so thoughtful. So I can't wait to put that up in our room. The last thing is a little bit more of a serious item slash favorite, but it's just been super helpful in my life, and that is the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University. And what the Financial Peace University is, it's a 10-week course that you go into, and it kind of just helps you set up your life financially, being an emergency fund set up, paying off anything that you owe, setting up your retirement funds, getting life insurance, things that as being as young as we are, we just weren't thinking about and didn't really realize the importance of it. But it's amazing how much more ahead you can be when you start earlier. It seemed like a little bit expensive at first. It was a gift to us, but I know that this whole thing runs to be about $100, but you're a member for life. And you can go to the class as many times as you want as long as you have this stuff. This is like the materials for the class, and it might be very similar if you go through it more than once, but there's still just so much information. I know when we were thinking about like retirement stuff and life insurance and different mortgages, it was just a little bit mind-boggling. So I would love to take it again. We're in the last week of it right now, and it's talking about now giving. Like once you become a millionaire, basically, you can then be giving away money, and a lot of the steps, like we're nowhere near it. So I would like to take it again eventually to kind of be like, oh, hey, we're at this step now. So they offer these classes through various places. You know, sometimes it's through churches, but not always. You could go through a community event or whatever. This program has basically just helped kind of get us on the right path for financial success as a young couple. And I mean, that in and of itself is really exciting. All right, so that's the end of my February favorites. I hope you guys had a great month, and that I hope you guys have a wonderful start to March. Bye.